Good morning, friends and relatives. Oh, Pickles is having some fun. Do you know what day it is today? Do you know what it is? It is the first day of spring. Spring, when we talk about it in class, we say spring, the flowers spring out of the ground. Well, it's going to be getting warmer and it's going to have lots of flowers and the trees are going to have their leaves come back. And then when we get back to school, we can do our nature hikes and go look at all the cool stuff that's going to grow in the spring. So, Pickles is having a really fun time there. Oh, here comes Milo. Here comes Milo. So, today we're going to do some songs about spring. We're going to talk a little bit about spring, and we're even going to talk about maybe growing something in as it is home. You can grow something. This is an onion I had, and I stuck it in the dirt. Isn't that cool? I've got some really cool leaves growing, and the onion is getting really smushy. So, anyways, I also wanted to talk to you about one thing. We're all home, and sometimes you might be watching TV and you might get a little afraid because you're going to see things, okay? Now, this is a medical bag. This is just a little medical bag. And you're going to see on TV, or even if you go to the stores, if you and Mommy go to the store, you're going to see people with this on their face. This is a mask, okay? This is a medical mask. So you might see different kinds of medical masks. I just want my guys to think about it. Remember when we did Fire Safety Week? And when we did Fire Safety Week, we talked about the firemen having special protective gear. Now we know the protective gear that the firemen used were to keep them safe from the fire, from the smoke. Remember they had that thing over their mouth that made noise? Whoosh, whoosh, and it made noise like that, which helped them breathe. They could breathe the good air, not the smoke. Well, this is part of the doctors and the nurses and all the people's medical gear right now. What this is doing is trying to keep the germs away from them and also away from the people that they might be taking care of. Now, before we left school, remember we said we have to wash our hands, wash our hands. Remember the song? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, wash those germs right off of me. Use that soap with lots of bubbles. Now those germs are in big trouble. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, look how clean my hands can be. Well, we have to wash our hands even when we're at home. We have to make sure we're using lots of bubbles. And what do? Rinse those bubbles down the drain. They are such a pain. And then what do? You know what to do. Use 1 or 2. Don't take 3. Save a tree. Don't take 3 paper towels. Let's try to keep the paper towels to 1 or 2. Okay? So, now I think it's a good time to let's do what we do at school. Days of the week. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. Oh, there's Monday and I'm sorry, I messed it up. There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Thursday and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday. 7 days in a week, 7 days in a week, 7 days in a week, 7 days in a week. Okay, weather watchers, eyes in the sky, what do you spy? I see a lot of fog around here today. It's kind of foggy. So, we're going to talk about spring. Yes, it is spring. And what can you see in spring? Can you see this book? It's just a little book. And it's like, what can you see in spring? And this book is all about the seasons. And it was written by Sion Smith. Okay? Now, something special about this book, we talked about it in school too, this has a table of contents. Can you see that? This is called the table of contents. And in this book, it gives you the pages, all the pages on which you can find these things to read, okay? So things you can see in spring is on page, what number is that, guys? That's right, 4. Spring quiz, they even give you a quiz. Now, they also have something special in here. It's called the glossary. Can you see that one? Now, this is the glossary. It says it's on page 22. And the glossary, right here, shows us some of the words that we want to find out what they are. And this one's pretty cool because it has the word and it has a picture. For those of us who can't read that well yet, we can still look at the picture. So this is bud. This is, see the picture there? There's the bud. And this is a tadpole. Does anybody know what a tadpole is? We'll talk about that later. Okay? So in the things you can see in spring, you can see, here we go, buds. Okay? You can see buds. Now buds are the little things on the ends of the trees and on the ends of the plant. Those are the flowers. They're going to come out and bloom. That's a really good word, bloom. You can see daffodils. Oh, and I can see Milo. Daffodils is a kind of flower, and they're pretty. You can also see beautiful tulips. What color are those tulips? Everybody take a guess? And then you can see blossoms. Look at the pretty flowers, blossoms. Those are the flower blossoms in the tree. What color is that? You can see the bees. The bees is going to come out again. You can see the bees. The bees love to land on the flowers and get the nectar from the flowers. That's how they pollinate. Remember we talked about pollination. We'll talk about that more this year. You can see little bird nests. The birdies are laying their eggs. You can see little ducklings. And you can see little tadpoles. Now, Miss Joanne has a creek down there, and I'm going to go look later to see if I can find any tadpoles or frog eggs. And if I do, I'll share them with you. You can see piglets, baby piglets. You can see lambs, baby lambs. They're so cute. You can see rain. It does have a lot of rain in the springtime, and you know what? It has had a lot of rain all winter long. We've had a lot of rain, at least here in Georgia. You can see people using umbrellas. Pretty color umbrella. It's the color of the rainbow. Oh, and thank you so much for posting your pictures of the rainbows last night. You did awesome job. Awesome job. Roy G. Biff is very happy that you made rainbows. Roy G. Biff. Red, orange, yellow, right? Green, right? Blue, indigo, and violet. The colors of the rainbow. You can see rain boots. I know a lot of my friends in my classroom have pretty cool rain boots. I have some too. I never wear them. You can see puddles, and that's what you wear your rainboats in, the puddles. It's so much fun to splash in the puddles, isn't it? When you're home, maybe you can go out and splash in the puddles if we have some rain. You can see the rainbows. There it is. Look at how pretty. And you can see kites. We haven't flown a kite yet. Maybe you can do that at home. Just make a kite with a piece of paper, put some yarn on it, put some tape, and run outside, run it around in back of you. Let it fly. Now, which clothes would you wear in the spring? Would you wear a winter coat? Would you wear a raincoat? Or would you wear a beach gear? I think this one's the one because it's got the rain umbrella with it. What do you think? Rain umbrella? Now, the 4 seasons follow a pattern. We know we've been discussing it's the first day of spring. What comes after spring? Does anybody know what the next season is? I'll give you a hint. It's going to get hotter. It's not going to get colder. Hopefully, it's going to get hotter. Yep. Summertime. Then we're going to have fall. And then it goes back to being winter. So this is my little book about spring. It's a little book, kind of really cool. What you can do is either look outside your window if you can't go outside right now. Can you hear the birds? Listen to the birds. My birds are talking to me around here. Maybe you can go outside and just be quiet and listen to see if you can hear any birds. Okay? So, I like this little book. It's got a little song. We're going to try to sing it just because to give us something different to do. And let's see if we can sing it. And let's see how it goes. Okay? Let me put the music on. Over in the meadow, in the sand, in the sun, lived a bumpy mother toad and her little toady one. Wink, said the mother, I wink, said the one. So they winked and they blinked in the sand, in the sun. Over in the meadow where the sky gleams blue, lived a woolly mother sheep and her little lammies too. Bah, said the mother, wee bah, said the two. So they baaed and they ran where the sky gleams blue. Over in the meadow, in a hole in a tree, lived a smooth mother robin and her little robins three. Sing, said the mother, we sing, said the three. So they sang and they chirped in a hole in the tree. Over in the meadow, in the reeds on the shore, lived a spiky mother muskrat and her little muskrats four. Dive, said the mother, we dive, said the four. So they dived and they burrowed in the reeds on the shore. Over in the meadow, in a snug beehive, lived a fuzzy mother bee and her little bees five. Buzz, said the mother, we buzz, said the five. So they buzzed and they hummed in the snug beehive. Over in the meadow, in a nest built of sticks, lived a shiny mother crow and her little crow six. Caw, said the mother, we caw, said the six. So they cawed and they called in their nest built of sticks. Over in the meadow where the grass is so even, lived a furry mother mouse and her little mousy seven. Squeak, said the mother, wee squeak, said the seven. So they squeaked and they sniffed in the grass soft and even. Over in the meadow by the old mossy gate, lived a scaly mother lizard and her little lizards eight. Bask, said the mother, we bask, said the eight. So they basked in the sun by the old mossy gate. Over in the meadow where the stream water shines, lived a slippery mother fish and her little fishies nine. Swim, said the mother, we swim, said the nine. So they swam and they leapt where the stream water shines. Over in the meadow, in a sly little den, lived a hairy mother spider and her little spiders 10. Spin, said the mother, we spin, said the 10. So they spun Lacey's webs in their sly little den. So, this is all about the animals that live in a meadow. Now, a meadow is a type of grassland. So if you go outside and you have your front yard or your backyard, that's grass. But a meadow is a type of grassland that's found all over the world. Now, these are the different animals that we just sang about. Toads, They live in water and on land. When they're not swimming in streams or ponds, they dig burrows in the sand or mud to stay cool. We read about the robins and their eggs. We read about the sheep who love to graze and eat the grass. Now this is a little muskrat. This is a different animal that we read about, but something like the muskrats build a den by burrowing into the steep banks along the sides of a slow-moving stream. You know what? We talked about beavers in my classroom. I guess that's like a beaver. Bees, we know all about the bees. You know, they live in colonies with hundreds of bees. Colonies is like a big, big house with a bunch of bees stuck in it. And their hives contain a honeycomb, and that's where we get our honey from. Now mice, they live under logs or next to plants and underneath the leaves that are on the ground. Of course, fish, they swim through the water. And crows, they fly in the sky. Bah, caw, caw. And then lizards. We have lizards around here. We have lots of them. They're reptiles. And to stay warm, they bask. That was the word, bask in the sunlight, which means they lay in the sunlight and they just love to get the sun on them. And it warms up their blood. Now, spiders. People don't like spiders. I like spiders. You know, they make their homes by spinning those cool webs, and then they catch a lot of bugs, just like bats. Bats catch a lot of bugs. So that's it for today. I'll try to be back tomorrow, I promise. I'm gonna get some more books. Now before you go, don't forget, here's my onion, okay? This is the onion. Now you can also take a plastic bag, put a piece of wet paper towel or cotton balls, and if you have any seeds in your house, I couldn't find mine. I know I have some somewhere. You put it in there, you zipper it up, and you just hang it in the sun, and you watch what happens. You'll be able to see what happens. So if you make one of these today, or if you plant something, have Mom and Dad take a picture so we can all share it, and we can see what we're doing. It smells like onions. So there's Milo. Say, Milo, hey, say hi. There's my Milo. Pickles is around here somewhere. You guys stay safe, and don't forget, this is protective gear. This is something you might see, and if it makes you afraid, just remember, it's protective gear. I've got dirt all over mine. See that? It stops the dirt from going through. Okay? Have a great day. I love you.